It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday, December 22nd. I'm James Spann. A messy, stormy weather pattern developing before Christmas. Everybody wants to know about the severe weather risk, any flash flood risk. What about the threats for travelers? A lot of things to talk about, so strap in and let's go. Here's the big picture this morning. Long wave upper trough approaching Alabama from the west. And anytime you see a pattern like that this time of the year, you know it's going to be sloppy here. Starting off the day in the upper 40s and low 50s. We figure highs today somewhere between 57 and 60. Not going to see a lot of climb because of the clouds. Now, this is the big picture around the nation. If you're traveling, we do note we have some winter storm issues for the mountains of Colorado. Great news for the skiers out there for Christmas. Also for the Wasatch Mountains of Utah, up into parts of Idaho. We've got winter storm warnings. Winter weather advisories for some of the northern states, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, also northern Wisconsin. Down to the south, we have a flash flood watch in effect for southeast Alabama. That includes Dothan, also places like Bainbridge, Georgia, Tallahassee, Florida. And looks like heavy rain could very well be an issue for much of the deep south. It will be, and we'll show you all that as we go. Now, in terms of the severe weather threat today, this is the risk valid from now until 6 a.m. tomorrow. We have a marginal severe weather threat for all of Mississippi. And in Alabama, the threat is defined generally south of a line from near Hamilton to Montgomery and Dothan. And the storms today and tonight for our end of the state should be elevated. If we have any problems, it would be related more than likely to maybe some small hail. I just don't think it'll be a big issue today. But again, closer to the coast, as the unstable air moves inland, they might have more of a risk tonight. This is the tornado threat now, today and tonight. You can see we have the 2% probabilities for New Orleans, Mobile, Pensacola, Gulf Shores. In Alabama, that 2% risk of tornadoes extends about as far north as Thomasville and Greenville and Geneva. So again, if you're traveling south, there could be some severe weather down there later today or tonight. Now, this is the day that everybody's paying attention to. This is tomorrow, the Day 2 outlook. And keep in mind, this runs from 6 a.m. tomorrow until 6 a.m. Wednesday. We have the standard slight risk of severe weather as far north as Tuscaloosa, Calera, and Roanoke. The marginal risk extends as far north as Hamilton, Huntsville, and Fort Payne, basically almost up to the Tennessee state line. And again, we'll discuss all this as we go, but the higher threat for us, if we see any severe weather, would come late tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. And then this is Day 3, which is Wednesday, Christmas Eve, a marginal severe weather risk over the Florida Peninsula and on the South Atlantic coast up to almost Virginia Beach. Now, this is going to be an issue, heavy rain. This is the rain valid through Saturday morning, and of course, almost all this is going to come over the next 2 days. The bullseyes near Tallahassee, 5.3 inches. In Alabama, this is suggesting the heavier amounts over the southeastern part of the state. Dothan might see 4 inches of rain. And up this way, understand it's going to be very wet. We'll see amounts from about 1.5 inches on the Mississippi border to potentially over 2 inches on the eastern border. And I wouldn't be shocked if we had a flash flood watch at some point issued for our end of the state for perhaps tomorrow night, and early Wednesday. Okay, let's go in there and take a look at the specifics of this. This is the GFS, the Global Forecast System, valid today at 12 noon. And this is the look at 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet off the ground. There's your big long wave trough west of the state. Down below that, we have a deep surface low over South Dakota, way up north, with a good southerly flow. And a warm front should be moving inland from the Gulf of Mexico during the day today. This is the high-resolution HRRR model valid at noon today, and you can see showers and storms beginning to break out. And again, during the day today, the storms are going to be elevated. And this is 6 o'clock this evening, still showers about. It's not going to rain all day today, but keep in mind it should rain at times. These are the projected dew points off the HRRR model at 6 o'clock this evening, and the dew point in Anniston is 48, the dew point in Birmingham is 50, the dew point in Tuscaloosa 53. To have, true storms rooted down in the boundary layer that are strong to severe, you need to see those dew points up in the 60s. So we're not there today or this evening. All right, this is tomorrow at noon. And again, the trough axis to the west, we have a southwest flow aloft. Down below that, a surface low forms over the northwestern Gulf There's also a surface low well to the north over Wisconsin. Kind of walk you through the projected surface features here. This is the new parallel GFS model. It's an experimental model, but it's very good, a high-resolution model. This is at noon. The surface low is near Galveston, Texas. And where you see the colors there, this is the instability, the surface-based CAPE. And those CAPE values are ramping up to over 1,000 joules. But again, with the surface low in that position, at that point, it's going to be hard to get severe weather going. Now, this is midnight tomorrow night. That surface low deepens to 999 millibars near Columbus, Mississippi. Of course, the instability values are way down because it's, late at night. It's been raining much of the day. And then by 6 a.m. Wednesday, the surface low deepens more. It's approaching the Ohio River. And again, we've got some surface-based instability here, and this is suggesting maybe in excess of 500 joules. And it could very well be if we have severe weather problems in our end of the state. That's Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden. It might be after midnight tomorrow night. Maybe between midnight tomorrow night and 6 o'clock Wednesday morning. This might be another all-nighter in the weather office. This is a look at the high-res NAM at 3 o'clock tomorrow. And here's the deal. It just shows us a big old rain mass in here. And, whenever we have a big rain mass in the morning and it just rains throughout the day, that keeps the air stable, and that tends to lessen the severe weather threat. And it makes us wonder if the higher threat here could be from flash flooding. Certainly, there's a chance of strong to severe storms, but that's just an idea. This is Wednesday morning, 6 a.m., Christmas Eve. That's the last batch of showers passing through. And again, there's a little elevated instability, and there certainly could be some thunder, and we'll have to watch those. But you can see that's the backside of this thing, early Wednesday morning. We'll look at some more of the severe weather parameters. This is the low-level jet tomorrow night at midnight. And really, that's not overly impressive, and the axis of the low-level jet is a little east of here. And quite frankly, the whole thing seems a little out of phase to me. 30, 40 knots over East Alabama and Georgia. There's a look at the instability values at midnight, and again, they're very marginal. And we all know it doesn't take a lot of CAPE or instability for severe weather in the cold season, but that's pretty low. The energy helicity index, you want to see that number over 1 for a really significant severe weather threat, and we do not. And these are the analog. And first, before we do the analogs, this is the bulk shear. And again, that's not overwhelming. This is between the surface and 925 millibars. And the higher low-level shear values are over Georgia. And that's why I'm saying it just looks a little out of phase to me. The instability values are questionable, which is typical, but the low-level jet and the shear not overwhelming, and the axis is a little east of here late tomorrow night. But just looking at the analogs, now understand this is combined 15 events. We're putting 15 events into one graphic. We're not saying you're going to have 65 tornado reports, but with similar events, we have had tornadoes in Alabama and Mississippi. So we're not saying there's no chance of severe weather. We've got to keep on our toes. There inevitably will be watches and warnings, but again, it just doesn't look like an overwhelming severe weather threat for the northern half of the state at this point. Still, we'll be on our toes. I'd say the core threat would be from probably 6 p.m. until 6 a.m. for our end of the state. As you go farther south, the parameters a little higher down there across the southern half of the state, but again, not overwhelming. But clearly, we're going to be soaked tomorrow and tomorrow night. Okay, this is Wednesday, Christmas Eve at noon. That surface low is between Indianapolis and Cincinnati. And the big rains are east of here. And I think Wednesday's going to be a day with falling temperatures. I think at 6 o'clock in the morning, we could be in the low 60s, and then we fall through the 50s during the day. But, this idea of snow on Christmas Eve, that's not happening. It's just not. So forget that if somebody's saying that, unfortunately for the snow lovers. And then this is Christmas Day. Looks like a great day. Could not be nicer. Christmas Day will be sunny. We start the day in the 30s. The high will be in the 50s, and that's exactly where we should be for mid to late December. Friday looks beautiful. Friday should be a sunny day, the high around 60. Now, Saturday, a cold front comes in, and that might kick off a shower somewhere, but obviously moisture is very limited, doesn't look like a big deal. This is Sunday. The air a little cooler, but not by much. The high will be in the 50s if this is right. And this is a week from today. This is Monday, December 29th, troughing out in the western states. And for us, you can see a wave coming in at the surface that could create some rain. And that might be the next decent rain event is around Monday the 29th, a week from today. But that does not look like a severe weather look. We'll check New Year's Eve. This is December 31st. We have broad troughing in the east. That looks kind of cold. The 540 line is down below Birmingham, and we've seen a number of runs that look pretty cold. In fact, colder than this out there toward the new year. And this is the January 2nd, that rain event coming in here. It looks pretty wet. And on the 6th, heights are coming up. Temperatures are coming up. Look at the 15-day temperatures coming off the ensembles, and you can see highs dropping in the 40s and lows dropping in the 20s out there toward the end of the month and the 1st of January. And we have seen other runs that are colder than this, with highs only in the 30s for us. Teleconnections down there at the bottom. Arctic oscillation goes negative, then it goes positive. And the same thing for the North Atlantic oscillation. So it seems like there might be a quick window for a cold snap end of December, 1st of January. But if this is right, it won't last especially long. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 4 o'clock today. And if you can catch us this evening on the live stream or the television site, ABC 3340 News, that comes on at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Merry Christmas and God bless.